How are you love fixed?
Two. Now, a very good afternoon and welcome to Cavan, where we are for today's doubleheader in the Gaelic Masters Association series of finals. We've got Tyrone against Roscommon in the Dr. Mick Loftus Cup All-Ireland Masters final, the Tier 1 competition later on. That game throws in shortly after 3 o'clock. But first up, we've got the plate final between Donegal and London, and that match is throwing in the next few minutes at about 1:15. So conditions not bad at all here. It's quite blustery. There's been a bit of rain ahead of Tyrone as well, but the scene's set now and both teams out on the field just finalising their preparations. Before throwing, let's bring you some pre-match insight into the various camps and join Angelina down on the sideline.
Thanks so much, Cathal, and we're delighted to be here in Breffni Park, and I'm joined by Eddie Crawford. Eddie, listen, we're looking forward to what should be a great encounter here today in the plate final. Your lads look ready, they look eager for it, and I'm sure you're just dying to get going now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've done a lot of work all year with the boys. We're here since last February. We started in February, and we've trained most weeks up until now. To start, I mean, we're a new management team as well, myself and Francie and John Joe, and we're getting to know the boys, and they're a great bunch of characters. And to be fair, they've come from all four corners of Donegal to training every night in every Wednesday night in Convoy, and put in a big effort. So we're looking forward to it today, absolutely.
How important is Masters football to this bunch of lads and to yourselves as a management team? We heard last year throughout the finals how important it was, how it really gave lads, I suppose, a sense of purpose after maybe finishing their senior career.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know what I mean, there's without this Masters, like, you know what I mean, you sort of drift away from football. Most of these boys here are playing into 40s and up into they're nearly 50 actually now, and gives them another chance to put something back into the GA, you know what I mean, after all the good years they had, and give us something back again, like, you know what I mean. And everybody is really, they're all good GA people, and they've really put in a big effort. No, and we're really looking forward to this. As I say, it's a big day for us, like, you know.
Well, listen, I'll let you get back to it, Eddie. National Anthem about to start. Thanks so much, Eddie Crawford of Donegal there. I think we're about to stand for the National Anthem, so I'll hand it back upstairs for the moment.
So we'll pause now just before throwing for a moment's silence and the National Anthem. So now set to go, that's our match referee there in your shot in the centre of the pitch, Packy Smith. He'll be taking charge for this first match. A couple of changes to either team. We'll run you through them as the game progresses in the early stages. And just before throw, we still have time for, well, we're actually going to pause for the National Anthem, and then we might bring you some more pre-match insight from the London camp this time. So that's a Rowan Navian here at Kingspan Breffni Park in Cavan. Let's go down to the sideline now and join Angelina
Just
again.
before throw-in, Cathal, we're going to talk to Vinnie Murphy from the London side of things. Vinnie, are you looking forward to this one?
Absolutely, been looking forward to it the last couple of weeks now. It's another big moment playing Donegal again. This is our 4th time in 2 years, so it's a big one for us.
Yeah, I made you sprint out there for the minute silence and back in again. How are you enjoying the Masters scene? Because it's become really popular for London, hasn't it?
Absolutely, it's a great thing to be at when you're over 40. Keeps you interested in football. It keeps the mind as well, and it's good for the body to be able to still compete at a high level at 40 plus.
Absolutely. Listen, I'll let you back to it. Thanks so much for your time, Vinnie. Cathal and Con, we'll go back to you.
Very much, Angelina. We're almost set to go now. You can see the players lined out. It is a fairly blustery afternoon. The wind seems to be blowing down into that far corner away to our left-hand side, so down into that right corner, probably in favour of Donegal in this first half. And our match referee from Cavan is Packy Smith, who's just setting the watch and getting us ready to go here for this plate final between London and Donegal. Con O'Mara is alongside me for this one. Con, that is a fairly strong wind, isn't it, in favour of Donegal in the first half?
It's a very strong wind. You would think a 4 or 5 point wind, but we'll see how it goes. But two teams right at it, right from the very start. You can see the contact out here. Looking forward to this game on a fantastic surface. Brilliant for the finals to be in Breffni here today.
Kieran Deely has shipped a fairly big hit there as he took hold of possession for London, and he's going to need some attention. Kieran Deely, a former intra-county manager, and he's just receiving some attention there. I think it's going to be a London free when things resume. Or Donegal have the ball in their hands, but we'll see what the referee's decision is in just a second. A few changes. Conor Moan, wearing number 19, starts for London at cornerback. Damon Fitzpatrick not in the starting team. Donegal have made a few changes as well. Martin Donaghy starts, or Nicky McGarrigle rather, wears 22. Conor McShaney was listed to start at midfield, starts at centre half back, and wearing number 33. And starting in the forward line is Nigel McMonigal. So a few changes. We'll keep you posted on them as things progress. But here is a London free with their centre half forward Michael Malloy. And the Exiles just keeping a hold of possession here as they try and manage the game now into that breeze. Donegal trying to push up. Donegal no strangers to finals. They've contested quite a few in the last few years across the various grades, and this year contesting the plate final, which is Tier 3 in Masters football. As I mentioned, the Tier 1 final between Tyrone, the defending champions, and Roscommon takes place later on today at 3:15. We'll bring you that live here on the stream as well. I want to say hello to Edel O'Malley. Best of luck to Ciarán McGann and the London team from the O'Malley family in Newtown Forbes, and good luck to Ewan Keaveney from Orla Taylor, who says good luck to Ewan Keaveney. Michael Canning from the Nave Porrig Club, and to all the Donegal Masters as well. So good to have you all joining us on the stream, and if you want to get in touch you can do by posting in a comment, and we'll try and get to them all before the end of the match. Away go London now with Brendan Friel getting a hold of possession. They've kept the ball well here, Con, haven't they?
Yeah, very smart with them, as you said, into that strong wind. They're playing a possession game. They won't care if they don't get a shot on goal if they keep a hold of the ball for 30 minutes, which is highly unlikely, but they're playing it very well at the minute. Very smart.
Here's Kieran Deely. Looks okay after that knock earlier on. Good hand pass out here to the right as well. PJ Meehan with a nice ball in over the top now. Joe McMahon is in around the back. Possibilities here. Well, he shipped a hit there. I think the referee's going to award the free, yeah, and Donegal will be disappointed with that because he'd overrun the ball, hadn't he, out over the end line. But this is a very scoreable free now for London in the 3rd minute.
Yeah, and two guys who have played for Ireland at Masters level. Sean McDade there, he played a couple of tests against Australia in the last couple of years, and Joe McMahon, who received the ball. And London will see themselves as fortunate there because Joe actually miscontrolled it. The ball was gone. There was no need for the foul from Sean, but he'd committed himself at that stage, and that's a massive score for London to get them up and running.
Michael Malloy pops over the free, and London off to a very good start here. Remember, they're playing into the breeze. They lead now by a point to no score, and looks like they're going man on man. There's no extra player back in front of the London full back line, so they've pushed right up here on this Donegal kick out, even though they are into the breeze. That's a kick out to the far side, well claimed in the middle, and London have started this game brilliantly. Kieran Deely gets a touch again, a little bit of a loose pass out there, and Donegal almost getting in there to win it back, but the possession still in favour of London. Line ball for them.
Yeah, great win by Paddy Donaghy there. He's a driver over there. Since David Igo has stepped aside, he got London up and going. Paddy Donaghy has been at the engine room there, keeping London on track, and we can see the rewards are getting here.
Here they go again. Malloy is straight down the throat of that Donegal defence. There's potentially a goal on here. He's fouled in the end, and London have another free, this time from right on the 21 metre line. But great run from Malloy, showed his burst of pace there to get away from the initial challenge, and this is almost a gimme free again for London, and a chance to go 2 in front.
They couldn't have asked for a better start. And when you said they've no sweeper in front of the Donegal full forward line, they don't need one as of yet. They haven't been tested. But I see Brian McLaughlin there, for the St Michael's man. He played senior for Donegal. People of a certain age might remember in the vocational schools finally he hit a hat-trick of goals in Croke Park, a dangerous operator. And if they're going to leave him free there, if Donegal can get ball in, he can wreak havoc in there.
So Malloy pops over the free. That's his second of the afternoon. London's second as well. And it's now 2 points to no score in favour of the team wearing green and white. Donegal need to get their hands on possession here, and they've done just that. That's a good kick out as far as Ewan Keaveney. And he wastes little time in getting Donegal on the move again. McMonigal is hit by the challenge. Now a chance for the free to go quick. And they've taken it quickly, Donegal. Now London flood the bodies back, trying to repel a first Donegal attack of the game. It's come in the 6th minute now. Here comes the shot. Will fall dangerously in on the edge of the square. And a little hand on that from Brian Doherty, almost finding its way past the goalkeeper. Well done by Kieran McGann back there. Dangerous ball in, but London survive. They still lead by 2 points to no score, as they take possession out with David Cannon of Tyrconnell Gales spotting the hand pass inside as far as the wing forward Paddy Donaghy, who's made a good start to the game. This is the corner back, Thomas Gallagher from Kilchimot. And now ball down into the corner where it's picked up by Joe McMahon. He's being picked up by Eamon Ward, the Donegal full back. Interesting duel there so far, but London have worked this one very well. Potentially a shooting opportunity here. That looks like a good strike, but it's dragged to the left and wide. First wide of the game, and it's come from the London midfielder Paul McDermott.
Playing lovely football though. The way they moved it up from side to side, came out down the right wing here, crossed it over, good possession football, good kick in, everything in it, and just the finish a slight bit to the left and wide. But London are playing all the football here thus far.
Donegal winners of the Masters Shield twice in the last 4 years. They won it in 2021 and in 2022 as well. So they're no strangers to Masters finals. They won the outright competition back in 2019. London have got themselves a free though, and they still lead by 2 points to no score. Remember playing into the breeze in the first half, and no surprise to see Michael Malloy taking his time with this one. Now this might be right on the edge of what he can do here distance wise, given the breeze blowing into his face, but he's got a good left foot on him, Michael Malloy. Let's see how this one will measure up. High one in there, it's curling. Had the distance, but not quite the accuracy, and that's a second wide of the game.
You were right, Cahill, just on the outer limit. I'd say he was forcing it, so he wasn't comfortable kicking that. But yeah, Donegal have a real good record in this. In their first year in 2016, when they joined the Masters, they just missed out on an All-Ireland semi-final place and won the Shield that year in their first year out. So they have a great record in this. They're going for 4, but London are the team that have made the better start here by far.
Here come Donegal. Foot pass down as far as the aforementioned McLaughlin, who's out in front. This is much better now. Long ball driven in. London defend that one very well. The loose ball picked up by John Reddington over there. He's finding it difficult to get away from the clutches of Gavin McGinley, and that's gone out for a line ball.
John Reddington, he deserves mention as well. He played with the Irish over 50s international rules who beat Australia earlier in the year. He's London Crane Hire, that's his big business over there. He owns a couple of horses, and I'll tell you a story about that again, Carl, when we get a break. My wife went into the Sligo races and backed it because she liked the name Love of the Sea, and it won at 40-1. So I don't think London are anything like that price today, but that's the background with that man.
That was a good opportunity there for Donegal. The shot coming in from Sean Maguire just dragged it to the left and wide. So a let off for London. It was a difficult angle, mind you. First wide of the game for Donegal. And you just imagine they'd like to get a score, wouldn't they, Con? 9 minutes in now with that breeze at their backs.
Absolutely. At any level of football, the longer you go without a score, the more angsty the forwards can get. And that was he wasn't relaxed in kicking that. There is a bit of pressure on Donegal with that win to get a start here now somewhere.
Breaking ball in the middle. Oh, London have done really well, and they've swept it up nicely. Well gathered by Jonathan Douglas, the former soccer player, and away go London again. Donaghy involved, and now it's the big midfielder Brendan Friel spreading it nicely over as far as Paul McDermott. And McDermott showing a clean pair of heels initially to Enda Bonner. Cuts inside the challenge now, looking up. There's two men inside to aim for. Kieran Deely is here on the loop. Deely's such an evasive player, and he's passed the first challenge. It's opening up here for London. Potential goal chance. Hand pass it over the top. Looking for the run of Joe McMahon. Well, you could see what he was trying to do. Just a little bit too much behind the hand pass.
Brilliant move, Deely, that turn of speed inside, but you see that so often at all levels as well, Carl. That last hand pass, you know, there's that bit of extra pressure on it because you know there's a goal at the end of it if it goes right, and overhit by Deely, but they're causing all kinds of trouble here for Donegal, and that big man in the middle of the field can fairly taxi when he gets at Paul McDermott. He's made a great start to the game as well.
So London still in a good position. They've kicked two wides. They've had that, well, you could call it half a goal chance. Donegal are getting a sub ready down there on the sideline. Patrick Hannigan, wearing 15, is primed to come in. So we'll keep an eye on that in just a second. But here come Donegal on the attack now. Almost 10 minutes played in this plate final in Cavan. Thankfully the rain that was falling ahead of throw-in has given way to more favourable conditions, but it's still very, very blustery down there. The playing pitch in perfect order as Ewan Keaveney takes up possession. That's a good hand pass inside. Damien Brown has got some space, but that's picked up nicely by Brendan Friel. And away they go again. Friel has had a very good start to this game. Deely has come on the loop. There's just one man inside to aim for in that full forward line. Nothing going on in terms of a long ball this time, so London happy enough to keep a hold of possession. As you mentioned earlier, Con, just happy enough to do that given the wind they're playing into. David Cannon.
Very smart, very measured.
Deely. Just given a little bit of space here to carry this forward. Picks out a lovely pass inside as far as the run of Joe McMahon, who's been the danger man inside so far for London. Deely picks it up again. Donegal still awaiting their first score in this game as London go down that central channel now. Good turn from Paul McDermott. 35 yards from goal now. Needs some support. Just waiting for a runner to come. Eventually finds Gary Kane, the captain, onto the top of the D. This would be some score if they could get it, London. Oh, that's just dropped underneath the crossbar. Well, they kept the ball brilliantly for so long. David Cannon had the attempt in the end. Just evidence of that breeze. It just knocked the ball out of the air. And away go Donegal now on the attack. Ewan Keaveney. Donegal needs something to happen here. London this time do have an extra player back in front of the full back line. That'll give them, Donegal, a bit more space. McLaughlin has the time here to wind up. Oh, that looks like a beauty from Brian McLaughlin. Oh, off the post and off the crossbar as well. And London tidy that one up nicely. Picked up by Brendan Friel. And away they go again.
Yeah, you get the sense for Donegal, it's just not happening. That looked like a beautiful strike from McLaughlin. He thought it was over himself, and the wind, it is kind of coming into that left corner. It looked like it was going for the middle of the goals, and came back and off the upright and away. And London are just so comfortable in possession. They're playing lovely football. Deely
looks very, very good so far. Plays a nice little pass inside. Ref, well, I thought that might have been a free. Ref is just going to hold it up. Yeah, he's going to let the substitutions happen now down in front of us. Mark Mulholland is coming in for London, and wearing 15, Patrick Hannigan for Donegal set to come in as well. Rolling subs.
Rolling subs, yeah, because there's no way in the world you'd be taking off Paul McDermott with the start he's made at midfield for London, but he's put in some big runs there, and he's just going to take a breather, and no doubt we'll see him again in 10 minutes or so.
Now London with the free. Michael Malloy kicked the 2 points to put London ahead. We're still awaiting our first point from play in this match. Lovely exchange of passes, sets London on the attack again. Down into the corner with Mark Mulholland, coming back out onto the left boot, turns down the shot, plays it inside to Malloy again, who will try and get the shot away, you'd imagine, from here. But that's great defending from Donegal. They really applied the pressure. He was just trying to get that onto the left boot, Michael Malloy, wasn't able to do so, and away go Donegal now. Almost halfway through the first half, and they're yet to get the score that would get them moving on the scoreboard. But here's an opportunity, bit of momentum about this attack as they look for a long ball in. This is an ambitious effort from a long way out the park, and it's out to the left and wide, kicked in by Sean Maguire. It's another wide for Donegal. They're second of the game, but they haven't had too many chances.
No, they haven't, but that anxiety that comes with not scoring early on, you can see it there, like they're trying to force the issue. Like I think they do have danger men there. If you look at the half-forward line there, Nigel McGonigal, the number 10 here, is full of running. We see there's loads of football in Union Keaveney. If they can get ball in and control it, the likes of Brian McLaughlin will get scores, but they're trying to force it a little bit here. London are much more the composed side at the minute.
Just a bit of indecision there about which player would go for the ball from a London point of view. But they've managed to win themselves a free, and they've done well off their own kick-out so far as well. Sub coming in again for London.
You can see with London too, Colin, when they do get it up, the backdoor cuts going on, all the the newfangled phrases that weren't in vogue when these guys were playing senior football. With the likes of Kieran Dealey, and we see him on the ball here again. With him involved, he's probably doing a bit of the coaching on that, but they're full of devilment when they do get up front.
Dealey's hand pass inside as far as Jonathan Douglas. Oh, lovely pass across the field. That opens things up now again for London. The ball in the arms of Conor Moan. Driving through the gap there. Now if he can get past the challenge, there'll be a shot on Conor Moan for London. Oh, just skewed that one off the outside, the right and wide. More good build-up play though.
Yeah, that was a bit like you get the nice starter, the fine main course, and then the dessert is a big disappointment. So the finish there just wasn't up to scratch. But he was well entitled to have a go from there. The great build-up play into that. Stephen
Coyle has come in there for Donegal wearing 12. London have made a change as well. They've taken off David Cannon, who is wearing 12. Gone in there for London is Fergal Cunningham, wearing number 23, and he's after Sean McDade, one of the most experienced players on this Donegal team. And away they go now, Donegal down the centre of that London defence. Midway through the opening half here in Cavan, Donegal still looking for their first score. This is another long-range effort, dangerous one in there. But out to the left and wide again, kicked in by Patrick Hannigan. Third wide of the game for Donegal.
But again, that pressure, you're with the wind, you feel you should be getting scores. Like that wasn't really on. Like there was a lack of composure in the Donegal game. Now the only flip side of that is, with the way Donegal play traditionally, they like the short game as well. Playing into the wind won't faze them, but they would like to get a couple of scores on the board here.
And just to remind you that the strength of that wind, we can see the flags all the way over there on the far side. It's very, very strong. You can see it just at the top of your picture there underneath the scoreboard. And London in a very, very good position here, but long way left to go.
Long way to go. From a Donegal point, you'd like to see them working it into 30, 35 metres out, and then it's a stroke over the bar, and they do have footballers out there can do that.
Kick out straight down the middle of the field, and again London almost winning it. Loose ball picked up by McDade for Donegal. That's better now as the hand pass goes forward as far as Nigel McMonigal wins themselves the free. Now, can Donegal make something happen from here? There is one extra defender back there for London. A couple of other bodies now getting back into a defensive position.
Yeah, I'd say McMonigal would have liked the advantage there because he'd broken the tackle and he has speed.
Here come Donegal with Martin Donaghy. Just a loose solo there, making things difficult when they didn't need to be. He's picked up a bit of a knock there as well. London carry on in possession. Big tackle from McLaughlin on Gary Kane. McLaughlin just trying to make something happen here for Donegal. You can just see his frustration with his teammates.
Yeah, and he's right, because he was running between, he was like picking in the middle there, and there's other guys standing off, not contributing. And if Donegal are going to get to win this game, they're going to have to up their intensity, because it's been all London on all phases so far.
Referee, I think, has he's just checking that the ball is all right. Donaghy's going to take the free on his own 45-metre line. 2 frees from Michael Malloy have London 2 points to the good here in this plate final. Donaghy goes short. 2 Donegal players in there tackling. London have done really well to get that one away, and now it might open up in the middle because Donegal have pushed up Donaghy. Quick hand pass off all the way over now as far as Thomas Gallagher. A couple of players to aim at down the line. That's a good hand pass into space and picked up nicely, and a free for Mark Mulholland. Just frustration from Donegal maybe creeping in now as well, and that's what London want, just win frees up the field, take the sting out of the game, take a bit of time out of the game. Paul McDermott's coming back in there just off camera. There's a yellow card being flashed in the direction of the Donegal defender Martin Donaghy.
Well, you said it, Cahill, there, frustration. Like if you had one word for London at the minute, it's composure, and it's frustration for Donegal at the opposite ends of the spectrum. And Donegal are going to have to work a score from somewhere, not force it. I think that they feel the pressure now. They're nearly 20 minutes in without a score. London playing all the football to settle themselves into it. They need a score.
Malloy goes short now, might try and work it onto the left Oh, he's had an attempt there. You could see what he wanted to do off the outside of the left, got it on the inside, and that's a fourth wide for London. But creeping now towards the 20th minute mark. 11 and a half to go to half time, and it's still London leading by 2 points to no score. Playing into the breeze, that's a good kick out for Donegal as far as Damien Brown, who picks it up and wastes little time in getting it forward. There's more momentum about this attack now. McLaughlin with a really good pass inside. Now it's 2-on-2 in there. Donegal need to make something from this. Here's the opportunity. Is this one going to creep inside the post? Umpire's looking at it, but it's gone out to the left and wide. Nigel McMonigal with the shot. It's a fourth wide of the first half for Donegal, but how about the pass in?
Oh, brilliant. And in fairness, textbook football, good kick out, good pass into the centre forward position. McLaughlin spun and put a beautiful ball into Nigel McGonigal. Actually, with his speed, and he was 1-on-1, I was wondering would he take him on and go for goal, and unfortunately from a Donegal point of view, wide on the left. And it is a tricky, if you watch the flags and behind the goal here, we can see it's coming into this left corner, so that's what hooked that ball again. It's
actually changed a little bit the direction of that breeze maybe since throwing, but still in favour of Donegal. Let's get to some of your comments when we have a little bit of a break in play here. I think they want a football. I don't think the goalkeeper was happy with the football.
He doesn't like the yellow football. Looks like an oversized tennis ball.
He's going to throw it up, the referee. He's not happy with the time wasting. Paul O'Hanlon, hello to you. Best of luck to Morris and all the London Masters from all the O'Hanlons. Boutique Blooms, come on London and go Mossy. Paul Friel, very good game. London impressive. Still think Sean McDade will be playing at 60. And Karen Kay says best of luck GK and London Masters squad. So thank you all for joining us on our stream. The ball thrown back in. London have won it there. That's a big hit, but a fair one, says the referee. This could be a free in. The ball is dangerously loose. Oh, and London have got it again, but they've lost it. And just as McLaughlin was winding up for a shot, the referee sounds the whistle for the free. London may be fortunate to get away with that one.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hit from Nigel McMonigal, the guy that missed the chance for McLaughlin's ball in. He met him on the meat. Beautiful shoulder, and Donegal really should have put enough pressure on there for an over carry, but London did really well to get out of there. Smart by the keeper. I think the ref was right. I think the keeper was trying to waste a minute or two with the soft ball effort.
And here's the goalkeeper under a little bit of pressure, but Kieran McGann gets it away in time. Now Donegal have pushed right up here. Oh, they're not happy with that.
That's frustration when you can't get your gum shield out to shout what you want to shout at the referee. It's the epitome of frustration.
That's another free for London. Oh, it's a yellow card as well for...
that's for the verbals. He should have left the gum shield in.
Yeah, I thought he might have... There was obviously another Donegal player booked earlier on. Another sub coming in. Aaron Thompson, wearing 18, is coming in here for Donegal. This is all playing into London's hands, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Free down in the corner. Time wasted. We've got what? We've got under 9 minutes now to go.
And we have to say it as a spectacle. It's been disappointing. You know, you get the weather is quite good. I know we've a wind, fantastic surface. You can't blame London. They're doing what they have to do. Very smart. You do feel that if Donegal had to get a score or two, the game might ignite.
You'd really love to be down on the pitch, wouldn't you, with that playing surface? It's absolutely perfect. Donaghy was trying to get that one in time, but he's been beaten to it. That's good from Donegal. Now they push right up on that free. And, well, the question is, can they make the most of winning possession back here now? Damien Brown has the line ball, and he'll go short, but they're still quite a distance from goal, as you can see. Good hand pass inside. McDade has it. Oh, nice little run off the shoulder. Now it's opening up here for Donegal. McMonigal inside the challenge, but, well, he kind of got inside it. Then he was wrapped up and fouled, and surely now this is Donegal's opportunity to get off the mark in, what, the 22nd minute.
Yeah, and they'll be disappointed it's taken that long. I know, counting chickens, they still have to kick this free, but that was a nice bit of play. You were fearful they were going to just drive it in from the sideline ball. They worked it in nicely, and that man McMonigal, he is dangerous looking every time he gets it. He's a lovely step on him. He's got a bit of speed.
And there's the free popped over the bar by Damien Brown. So Donegal off the mark in this plate final.
It's amazing to a score. It just changes the whole body language, and if they can get a tag on another score, they still have 6 or 7 minutes to finish the half well, and I think they'll need that. You know, that wind is going to make it easier for London to kick ball in and work off it, and with the likes of Joe McMahon as an inside forward, that's a dangerous proposition.
So the kick out now coming from Kieran McGann. This one of a higher trajectory. A couple of players jump up. McDade got a strong fist to it, and Donegal now energised by that score, and they could be down the centre of the defence. There could be goal on here for Donegal. They'll try and settle for the point. That's much better. This one has come from Stephen Coyle, wearing number 12. Kicks that one over the bar. 2 scores in a minute for Donegal, and now they're really into the game.
Yeah, the old cliche about the buses, you wait for ages and then two come together, and we see that with the scores. We look at it now, there's still 7 minutes, there'll be a bit of injury time to be played. They're pushing right up, and Donegal are in this fight now, and you know, the game has the chance to take off, and they're two good scores for the Ulstermen.
Stephen Coyle and Damien Brown getting our scores in the last minute. By the way, that's the first score from play we've had in this game from Stephen Coyle. Donegal on the attack again, good block down in there. London now trying to make the most of it. Referee happy enough that was a fair hit. It came from Brendan Friel.
I don't know how that could be. That didn't look like a fair hit from where I'm standing. Sean McDade again won that kick out. He's been central to the resurgence there from Donegal in the last while. He's been involved in everything good for them. For my money, that was a foul challenge, and that would have been a 3rd point for Donegal. But London will take it and see can they get another score here for themselves.
This man has had a great first half. Brendan Friel wrapped up by the challenge. Dealey gets involved again, and away go London now. Some space in the middle perhaps. Thomas Gallagher holds on to possession. There's the composure we've spoken about in this first half again from London. Good exchange of passes. They've worked that one really well, and Donaghy's in space over there on the far side, but London haven't got to it in time. Really well done by Jared McBrearty, and there could be a goal on here for Donegal. Ball inside. Well, they'll settle for the point. It's popped over in the end by Sean Maguire from Cloughaneely, and Donegal lead for the first time in this game. 5 minutes to go to half time, and 3 points on the bounce for Donegal.
3 points on the bounce. A great interception there. I think it was by McBrearty, wasn't it? The Four Masters man nicked in there, but there was a goal chance on there. McMonigal again was inside, but in fairness, the score is well received by Donegal. He clapped it on himself. There was a chance of a 3-pointer there. You'll wonder, will they regret that come the final whistle?
Well, Donegal lead, and London under a little bit of pressure now as the ball spills again in the middle. No free, says the referee, and Donegal in on it, and Damien Brown wins the free this time. It's 2-on-2 in the inside line. He's looking for a ball in, and eventually picks one out. This is in towards Maguire again. Lovely run off the shoulder. Maybe another goal was opening up there for Donegal, but this time they settle for the point again. Ewan Keaveney on the mark, and that's another score for Donegal. Much better from them now. 4 points to 2.
They really have stepped it up, and those guys we mentioned earlier on, McMonigal at 10, Keaveney at 11. We've seen Sean McDade come into it as well. They're just all around the place. They've upped the ante. They've upped the. You know, they were really dead for the first 20 minutes, but that score, the first score they got, has given them that belief, and they're at it now. And London, where they look composed, it was probably easy for them. There was no pressure on. There is pressure on now.
Kick out coming from Kieran McGann. A little bit of a shove, I think, on Brendan Friel. London will be very happy with that because it just relieves the pressure and might give them a chance to get some territory down the other end of the field as we approach half time. 4 minutes to go. Referee's brought it forward a little bit as well.
A little bit is right, about 4 or 5 metres, but London won't mind. They'll try, just settle themselves now, reset, keep hold of possession, stop this onslaught from Donegal that we've seen for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Donaghy's hand pass is well gathered under a lot of pressure by Joe McMahon. Drills it down the line as far as Mark Mulholland now. London have played some really nice stuff in this first half. Morris Hodnett has a really good left boot on him. That's a great pass outside as far as Paddy Donaghy. Might just open up here for the shot. Donaghy has to carry it in towards the 21 because of that breeze. Here comes the effort. Breeze just drawing it across. Oh. Dangerous in there. Oh, it nearly punched to the net. The ball dropped in.
A kick at the post, he will be kicking himself if he doesn't kick the post, because that was a great chance. Once he got to it, you really think he should have got the goal. It was a dangerous ball. We could see Joe McMahon kicked it in and the wind held it out there. That would have been some fillip for London.
Fifth wide of the first half for them. McLaughlin, well, I don't know how he's managed to break that one as far as his teammate there, but he's done just that. Driven in then by Stephen Coyle. Donegal look much livelier now in the final third. Runner coming down the middle. It might just open up here. Donegal again looking for the point, and they've got it too. It's Ewan Keaveney. That's his second of the day. 2 of them coming from play, and Donegal now lead by 5 points to 2. There's
a great fluidity after coming into Donegal's play. We see McLaughlin out there again, as you said. I don't know how he did it, whether he knew what he was doing. It was an unorthodox looking break. Found a Donegal man. Great ball inside. They didn't take the mark. They played off it, and Keaveney, he looks like a really classy footballer.
So 3 points the margin now as we head towards half time here in Cavan. Remember, London playing into the breeze. They led by 2 points to no score for what felt like an eternity, but Donegal have roared into the contest. This man's having a great first half. Brendan Friel climbs highest there to win that kick out from Kieran McGann, and London now have possession. Picked up by Niall Quinn. Donaghy again. Holds off the challenge of McDade. You just see there's a bit more zest about the challenges coming in now from Donegal. A bit more intensity about their play. London keeping it well, however, as we edge towards half-time. They'll know that the clock is winding down now. Well, that ball across, a little bit aimless, but it's worked out okay. Picked up by the man wearing number 20, Damien Hart. Big challenge coming in from McLaughlin. Mulholland holds on to it for London. Don't forget Roscommon against Tyrone in the Tier 1 final coming up from 3:15 as Friel drives off the shoulder. Now tries to set it out into space. This is really good from London. The ball inside though lacked a bit of purchase behind it. Paul McDermott was racing in, but well anticipated by Eamon Ward, the Donegal full back, and now Donegal come on the counter-attack. There's just one man inside in the full forward line here, so they're going to probably have to try and run this one. Maguire's the man in there. Well, here comes the long ball.
Great ball.
Maguire's made his way out to this corner. A couple of players flooding forward now. Is there a chance to get a shot off here? Donegal having to be patient. McLaughlin. Pretty hefty challenge from Dealey. And this one just outside the 45-metre line. You'd probably say it's kickable with that breeze. And it looks like Damien Brown thinks the same. He might have a goal from here.
But the Donegal at the last 10 minutes, unrecognisable from the first 20. They're playing really good football, great ball in, great movement, supporting each other, working like tigers. And we were saying beforehand, a 4 or 5 point wind in it. This has the potential to put it out to 4.
Damien Brown kicking this one has kept himself outside the 45. He struck that one beautifully. Oh, that's a great kick, from Damien Brown. That's his second free of the first half, and Donegal established a 6 points to 2 lead now into added time, almost at the end of this first half.
And there should be a couple of minutes, I think, for the time wasting from the goalie. That will be in the referee's mind, but maybe 2 minutes, you'd imagine. Donegal would love another score to bring into the dressing room at half time.
Kick out coming from Kieran McGann. The closing moments of the opening half here in Cavan. Donaghy got the initial touch on that, but then when it went out off the Donegal man, Nigel McMonigal. Short ball inside is a loose one, and Donegal have got it back. They might just get another score here before half time. Oh, that's good from Donegal. They still have it. Dealey got back with the challenge. It's still there for Donegal. Can they get a shot away? A couple of players over here, and it might work out. McLaughlin has goal on the mind, and in the end, well, he gets nothing.
Oh,
it's gone out to the right and wide.
He'll be disappointed with that, a man of his calibre. And I think you were right. I think he was thinking of goal and then decided against it, and he got caught between both stools, and unfortunately from his point of view to the right and wide. London could just do with the dressing room now at this stage, because it's all Donegal this last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're into the second minute beyond the 30, so very much at the discretion of the referee as to how long things will continue here in the first half in our plate final for 2024. But Donegal, well, they have really roared into this contest. They win possession again. Opportunity for yet another score. This is an ambitious effort, but a lovely strike. What a score. The best of the first half. That's come from Stephen Coyle. That's his second point in this first half. And, well, Donegal now have a 7 points to 2 lead.
Yeah, and they're, as we said earlier, unrecognisable. They're all over London at the minute. London are just waiting for, and I'd imagine it's going to come now. We've 2 minutes played. There we go. Like London playing all the football at the start, very composed. Kieran Dealey, very good. You'd wonder with Paul McDermott, he came back on there. When they took him off, maybe lost their way a little bit, but playing lovely football, controlled. Donegal looked at 6s and 7s. They weren't up to the pitch of it, but once they got going, they've scored 7 points now in the last 10 minutes, and they'll be sorry that the half-time whistle came. And 5 points, it's going to be an interesting second half, Colin. Yeah,
7 points to 2, the half-time score. London led by 2 points to no score for 20 minutes, but once Donegal got there first, just after that 20th minute mark, they really took control of the contest, and they lead by 5 at half-time. They played some really good football. In terms of the win, you mentioned at the start, probably 4 or 5 points, the significance of that wind, but Donegal probably have a bit of momentum, even though they are playing into the wind in the second half.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned, everyone who's familiar with Donegal football, they can play the hand-passing game. They look in good shape. At the start, they didn't. In fairness, they weren't up to the pace of it. But once they got going, they're running from everywhere. They're contesting every ball. So they'll be very, very happy, I think, going in at half time.
players and the officials just making their way down underneath us into the tunnel. We'll be back with the second half very shortly, and don't forget that we have the Tier 1 final coming up later on between Tyrone and Roscommon from 3:15. But at half time here in the plate final, it's Donegal leading London by 7 points to 2. Now you're very welcome back to Cavan, where we're getting set for the second half here between Donegal and London in the plate final. It's Donegal leading at half-time by a scoreline of 7 points to 2, having played with the wind in the first half, so they'll be into the elements in this second 30 minutes, and it'll be a totally different game for them and for London as well, playing with the breeze, having led by 2 points to no score for a long time in the first half. Donegal reading off 7 in a row before half-time. I would say, Con, the wind has probably got even stronger since we were last on air. It really is quite strong and blowing straight in favour of London.
Absolutely, it's got very strong, so it'll be interesting to see. Like London, we saw them very, very measured in the first 20 minutes. They were struggling for possession after that, but are they going to go route one? I would imagine there'll be ball in top of Joe McMahon. He's a very elusive inside forward. As I said, mentioned earlier, he played international rules against the Australians earlier in the year, and they couldn't handle him when there was ball played into space for him.
Well won in the middle by London and taken away by Brendan Friel. Long ball sent in. Dealey is underneath this one, but coming back was Damien Brown as a free awarded. Donegal aren't happy with that, and it's a free for London, and it'll be kicked in by Joe McMahon, certainly within range with that wind blowing at his back.
That's a nice starter for them. Yeah, hard to know what that call, probably on the soft side. You can see why Donegal wouldn't be happy with it, but this will be a great one for the Exiles if Joe can, and you'd fancy him from there to kick it over.
Yeah, he's got the ball in hand, probably about 40 yards, straight in front of the post. He struck that one nicely, looks pretty happy with it, and the referee signals that that one has sailed over the bar. Really good kick for London. Joe McMahon on the mark, and well, they've yet to score from play. They've kicked 3 frees, but that one brings them back to within 4 now. 7 points to 3, and the ideal start for them to this second half.
Yeah, and they are strong around the middle, and there's a man there, Gary Kane, the captain. Quite enough first half, but he's the kind of player that could just roar into it when they need him. And if London can get enough supply out around the middle, you'd fancy them to eat into that lead fairly quickly.
Kick out coming from the Donegal goalkeeper, Carl O'Brien. You can just see the impact of that win there. That's really well done, though. Donegal have kept it in. I think it was Damien Brown who got a hand on that one just before it went out across the sideline. And Donegal now trying to break out from the back. London have pushed right up, but in possession is Nigel McMonigal driving away down the far sideline. Hand pass inside is a good one as far as Aaron Thompson now. And player down the line free is Nigel McMonigal again. Has the chance here maybe to get back onto the right boot. Dinks a little ball inside as far as Jared McBrearty, who spins nicely on the end line, opening up here for Donegal. Goal opportunity. Well, they settle for the point in the end. What a score that is. They worked out all the way from the left corner back position, and on the end of the move, Nigel McMonigal, wearing number 10, fists it over the bar. Yeah,
he's all action, isn't he, Nigel McMonigal, getting on the end. He could have been put in for a goal a couple of times in the first half, full of running, and that was a really good score. And we've said that about Donegal. They won't mind. The short game is in their DNA, and they worked it very, very well up the line there.
Kick out hasn't gone to plan for London. Out for a line ball for Donegal on the far side of the field, right on the halfway line. Picked up now by Damien Brown. Dinks it across as far as Aaron Thompson. So as you were, 5 points to the gap, 8 points to 3. It was 7-2 at half-time. The Masters plate final for 2024, right in the melting pot now. London with the aid of a very strong breeze, remember, in this second half. But Donegal have started this second half reasonably well, as the loose ball is picked up by Brendan Friel. He's been fouled. The referee's going to bring this one forward as well. And away go London. He's just made his teammate work a little harder than he might like there. They've actually lost it. David Cannon was after it. Friel is disappointed with himself there with that one. Hand pass across is a loopy one, and it's picked up nicely by Damien Brown under pressure. Plays it out as far as Paddy Joe Doohan now, who's looking down the line. There's certainly a pass on there if he wants it. Instead, holds on to possession. Hand pass comes back as far as Brian Doherty. And now with Stephen Coyle, he kicked 2 points in the first half. Hand pass down as far as Sean McDade, who finds himself in a pocket of space here. Very tidy footballer, McDade. Light hand pass, instead of a hand pass, a foot pass goes inside from Stephen Coyle. And now all the way back, Donegal keeping possession nicely. We saw London do that at stages in the first half. Dealey came in there with a challenge, didn't get there in time. Paddy Joe Doohan now under pressure again, and Dealey has done well. This time he wins it fairly, then he's fouled by Stephen Coyle. And now London looking to go on the counter-attack. Long ball down as far as Joe McMahon, but well, it was a difficult one, wasn't it, to try and control, and he wasn't able to do so. And now Donegal go on the attack again. 8 points to 3. We've played 4 minutes and 12 seconds of the second half.
Disappointing for London there. Dealey did so well to turn possession over there, and really Joe, fine footballer that he is, should have bagged it here. You know, it's all Donegal again.
Here comes Paddy Joe Doon. He's been very involved in the early stages of this first half. That's a nice ball down, and it's picked up by Nigel McMonigal. He's made a good start to the second half as well. No free, says the referee. And still Donegal trying to retain possession. Coming around the back is Jared McBrearty, who was arriving just in the nick of time there when Donegal were under pressure. Has he taken that one across the sideline? He has. Good defending from London. Out for a line ball down in that left corner back position.
And fair play to Packy Smith. I think he got that one right with Nigel McMonigal. He was cutting inside, but he did the forward trick. He got the defender's hand, wrapped it around his chest and went to ground, and Packy wasn't having it, and rightly so.
So London line ball down there. McMonigal is just down. You can see Packy Smith has gone into him there just to make sure everything's all right. And he's back on his feet, and it'll be a line ball for London here when we resume. He's crossed the line, I think, kicking that one. The linesman's trying to bring the attention of the referee, but he was a good foot and a half inside, wasn't he, inside the whitewash? We could see that from here.
And again, Kieran Dealey did brilliantly well to win that ball up along the line, made himself available. You can see Kieran Dealey, a lot of viewers will probably be familiar with him. He's got his GA website with all the different drills and so on, but he's shown on the pitch here he can practice what he preaches.
Sure,
He's had a really good outing.
Very lively. Kieran Dealey has won a couple of turnovers. Here's the throw ball now as a result of London crossing over the line there, taking that line ball, and possession back with Donegal, and it's a free now for Brian McLaughlin, who won the break.
He did really well there, because Friel is a big man, and you know, for size alone you'd have thought Friel would have got across him, but McLaughlin took a step in front and won that ball really well.
Damien Brown has the ball in hand, plays it inside. McLaughlin has the space here to take a shot. McLaughlin off that right boot, just unable to measure the breeze correctly there. It is very difficult to kick into. Donegal's first wide of the second half. I make it 6 now in all for them, but they still lead by 5. 8 points to 3.
They do, and in fairness to McLaughlin, he's had a really good outing. He'll be disappointed. He should really have 2 points to his name as well, and again he'd be disappointed with that one, but we can't overemphasise the strength of this wind here. That's a very difficult kick that he took on there.
Certainly is. There's a foul, and I think the referee's going to want to speak to the London player there. Just had a bit of a swipe, didn't he, with his boot, and that was Paul McDermott. So Packy Smith in there speaking to him, notebook out. And you suspect it might be a yellow card, but don't want to preempt the referee's decision here. It's a black card.
Black card, and that's for Conor McShane. That was a foul, because Conor McShane is not a man to lie down and feign injury. He's a real tough, tough player. The midfielder, again, played international rules against the Aussies this year at centre back, and they got no change out of him.
So Paul McDermott off the field of play with that black card, and that's a big blow to London in this second half. They are playing with the breeze, but now a man down, and makes their task of trying to overturn that 5-point deficit all the more difficult. Now the referee has spotted something here off the ball. That's Donegal's Aaron Thompson being spoken to. Not quite sure what that was. We didn't see it. It was just away from where the ball was. So the referee again has the notebook out.
Was he pulling a player back? Could this be a black card as well to even it out?
Well, let's see. Aaron Thompson standing there just awaiting the decision of Packy Smith. 8 minutes into the second half now in this plate final. It's a yellow card for Aaron Thompson. And away we go again now with London in possession. Well, much like Donegal in the first half, London just not making the most of that breeze. Kieran Dealey unable to keep a hold of that, and under pressure from Conor McShane, it goes out across the sideline. I think Dealey thought that might have been a free, but the officials don't agree, and now Donegal on the attack again. Remember, have a player more with that black card for Paul McDermott from the Tara's club. And Donegal now showing their experience and craft to work this ball forward. Lovely exchange of passes up towards the top of the D now. Picked up by Ewan Keaveney, who kicked 2 points in the first half. This is McMonigal again. Nice hand pass inside. Will they get a score at the end of this? Driven in. Oh, and the goalkeeper has done brilliantly well. Ciarán McGann was under pressure. That one was certainly going to nestle in the net had he not intervened.
Very brave there, because he had Patrick Hannigan coming in on top of him as well. They did really well to get that out, but we can see how comfortable Donegal are with that fist pass and hand pass. They're moving very, very good in that move.
Ball kicked out to the far side of the field now. London trying to build up. There's only one man to aim for inside. Just off screen is Joe McMahon trying to make the space for the run. Donegal have an extra player back there. Jonathan Douglas has made his way into the full forward line now as well. But London actually have 3 players standing just off camera on their own 65. You wonder, should they try and get a few more bodies forward? And now they've coughed up possession. It's been over-carried.
Absolutely, because David Canning got the ball there, and you're wondering how could there be 4 Donegal men around him and no support. Like, standing that far behind, you'd wonder, is fitness an issue for London at this stage?
Ball down from Donegal. They're on the attack again. 10 minutes played now in the second half. Donegal by 5. Can they pad that lead out here again? McMonigal has the runners on again. McLaughlin wrapped up by a couple of challenges, gets the shot away, but it's gone to the right and wide. I think, well, good defending from London. Second wide of the second half for Donegal.
Really good defending, and again that man McMonigal, he's at the centre of everything good for them. The way he cuts in, again full of devilment, as we mentioned earlier. Good ball back to McLaughlin. He tried to go through the gap and it got shut down for him, and he'll be disappointed. That's his 3rd wide. Still playing really well, but no score to adorn that performance yet.
Kick out is straight down the throat of a Donegal man, picked up by Brian Doherty. Donegal have taken control of this match now. The Ulster County on the attack again. McLaughlin shifts it quickly to Ewan Keaveney. Keaveney almost wrapped up by the challenges, but they get it away in time. Back to Keaveney again now, has a couple of points already. This is a dangerous one into the edge of the square, over the head of both players in there. The Donegal player was Patrick Hannigan. It's still there though for Donegal. McLaughlin's hand pass inside. Now the shooting opportunity. Well, again, it's off target. Damien Brown this time, he'll be really disappointed with that one. He had loads of time. Could even have fisted that one over the bar maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we can use the wind as an excuse for that one. He just got a bit of the panics, maybe not too used to being up that far up the pitch. I know as a midfielder myself to be liable to get a nosebleed if I went in that far, but we could see that the patience there. McLaughlin, again, his vision, he doesn't do anything at a hectic pace. He settles the whole thing down. He set that up, and really there should have been a score off of that.
But Donegal still lead by 5, but you just wonder, will they rue those couple of misses? Because London do have the benefit of that breeze. Remember though, London down a player with Paul McDermott black carded. He'll be coming back on soon, but they've got some space here on the right hand wing with Paddy Donaghy picking up possession. Dealey looks to weave his way past a couple of challenges. He's done that now towards the top of the D. Left footed effort from Dealey. This would be some score if he gets it. What an outstanding point from Ciarán Dealey, and a much needed one for London as well. The gap down to 4, 8 points to 4. 12 minutes played. Brilliant
score. He's got that lovely little jink that he has there, a bit of speed, and off the top of the D, off the left foot, just put that beautifully over the black spot, or the blue spot as it is here in Breffni Park. But he's been really the standout player for London in the second half. He's been fighting a bit of a lone battle though, and you could see him after he got that score trying to rally the troops. He had the arms going, telling the rest of them, let's step it up.
London pushed right up there, and Donegal maybe a little bit lucky to get away. Aaron Thompson spun around the challenge and picked up possession. There were 2 London players in there sniffing around it. Brendan Boyle rather picks up possession now, shifts it over to Damien Brown. Donegal's lead trimmed to 4 points. We've still got over 50 minutes left to play, but McMonigal is inside again here. It's opening up for Donegal. Is there a point on? There is, and that man Nigel McMonigal gets it. That's his 2nd point of the match. And well, he's having a wonderful second half, and that pads the lead out to 5 again.
Brilliant score, and you know, Donegal will be delighted with that, because London, Dealey got them back in, got their first score of the second half. They were within a sniff, as you mentioned, of winning the kick out, the short kick out, a dangerous kick out, but they go up the pitch, and McMonigal again, he's full of movement, he's full of, you know, it's hard to keep him pinned down in there, and Donegal have made good purchase there when they had the extra man. That score just taps it off nicely.
London in possession. Donaghy moving forward. Dealey's got some space there, and now he has the ball as well. Can he kick another score here for London? Donegal have defended well. They've got a couple of extra bodies back there now, Donegal, and London holding a couple of bodies back down the other end. Now it's coming back to one of them. That's Alan Mooney. who will play it out to this left-hand side.
Oh.
Donegal read that one nicely. Good work from Ewan Keaveney in a defensive situation. And now Donegal trying to break down the other end. McLaughlin, good tackle from Kane in the middle. He's picked up a knock there. Referee happy enough to allow play continue. Now will halt things because it looks like a head injury maybe for Gary Kane. Maybe took a bit of a swinging arm.
Yeah, you mentioned it there, Carl, earlier, and you were right. London are holding fellas back. They're playing with a gale force wind. Donegal are not coming out. They're not kicking the ball out of there. They're carrying it out. So they can afford to push more guys up into wide positions. Fair enough, it doesn't have to all be central, but they're lacking in threat up top. Donegal are comfortable looking at the back. They've got numbers back there, and there's nobody engaging them. We saw there, unfortunately for London, when they did eventually push the guys forward, the ball across to PJ Meaton was undercooked, and Donegal were able to intercept it. Keaveney, again, that we mentioned him a lot in the first half, at 11, the centre forward, another very good player, and Donegal just seem to have all the aces at the minute. They seem to be comfortable and well in control.
Gary Kane back up on his feet. Donegal had possession when the whistle sounded, just up on the halfway line, so I think the referee's actually calling it back here. And yeah, he's just making sure that Donegal resume from the right area, just in their own half. But Gary Kane's okay. So play back underway, but it's still Donegal leading by 5 as we head into the final quarter of normal time, at least, in this Masters final, the plate final. And away go Donegal again, inside that 45-metre line. McLaughlin takes it now, trying to bring it up towards the 21, still just outside shooting distance, you'd say, from here into the breeze, but now it's opening up here for Ewan Keaveney. Keaveney for Donegal. Oh, he'll be very disappointed with that. I know there was a challenge coming in at the end, but still, Ewan Keaveney right in front of the posts. You would have backed him there to find the range.
Absolutely, and it's nearly even getting to the stage, you know, with 15 minutes to go, where you'd think London might have to do something like Stone Age and put the likes of a Gary Kane inside at full forward and lump ball in, because they're not getting any patterns of play going at all.
Long ball out to the middle of the park. What a great take from Brendan Friel. This man's had a great game and wastes little time in driving it into the full forward line, but just London players a little bit isolated there when the ball goes in. Referee has sounded the whistle, not quite sure which direction it's going to go in. Friel is down injured at one end. 2 players, as you can see on your picture there, down at the other.
Yeah, Friel made a great catch there, and really there should have been he should have penalised Donegal, because when he was challenged as he was kicking the mark, which should be a free in from where it lands, but Packy didn't pick up on that, so Donegal benefit again.
And they go short with the ball back inside their own 45. Paddy Joe Doohan from Cloughaneely. Donegal just happy enough to keep possession, using their experience now, having been to finals in this competition over the last few years. They know all about trying to get over the line when silverware is on offer. And here they go, Donegal down the centre with Conor McShane putting in the hard yards as Mark Mulholland there for London. But McShane weaving one way then the other, spots the pass as far as Sean McDade. In along the end line, McDade has driven this one in, inviting ball. Oh, it's off the post. Patrick Hannigan was in there with the final touch and almost the opening goal of the match, but the post denying Donegal on that occasion. Lovely ball in from McDade along the end line with that cultured left boot. Now it's in the arms of Brendan Friel, the London midfielder. A couple of players in space on the far side. London go the other direction, though. This is Thomas Gallagher, who eventually does play it out to the far side. And now it's with Paddy Donaghy. Down into the corner it goes, well gathered, under pressure from Joe McMahon. 2 defenders for company, needs some support here, plays it back. And now the shooting opportunity coming in for Vinnie Murphy. But this one is off target for London, and that's their first wide of the second half, but we're nearly at the stage where they need all of them to be going over the bar.
They really could have done with that, and there was good movement in there. Joe McMahon worked well out that side. There was a ball over the top potentially on, maybe would have been forcing the issue a little bit, but you know, London haven't made any use of this wind at all, aside from the free that they struck over early on, and Dealey score. Like, it's a bad return with that strong wind behind them.
Great kick out and a great fetch as well. Donegal have done well off their kick out in this second half, and they've got themselves possession again. Clock winding down all the time. 18.5 minutes played in the second half. Donegal leading London by 9 points to 4. We've got the Dr. Mick Loftus Cup final coming up later on, the Tier 1 final between Tyrone and Roscommon. That's from 3:15. You'll catch that here on the stream as well, as Brian McLaughlin holds play up here for Donegal. London have got bodies back, but they probably need to push out here a small bit just to apply the pressure on Donegal, given the situation on the scoreboard. Donegal in around the back, and now it might open up here. McShane has got possession. Couple of runners coming off the shoulder here. This would be a great score if they get it, and they have got it. Punch of the air as well from Sean Maguire, I think it was, who kicked that one in and over the bar. Really good score from Donegal.
Brilliant score, and we could see the movement there again. McLaughlin involved, and then we had the ball over the top into Conor McShane. Looked like he was going to try burrow through himself. Donaghy did well to hold him up, but the ball back and the score, and Donegal are playing really good controlled football, and look, you know, they're good value at the minute for their 6-point lead.
That's Sean Maguire's second point of the day, by the way, and Donegal, as Con says, lead by 6. 10 points to 4. Remember, London playing with a very strong breeze in this second half. They led by 2 points to no score after 20 minutes of the first half, but, well, this game really has been the story of teams playing into the breeze rather than with it, as London go down the other end in search of a point back. Thomas Gallagher will recycle outside to Jonathan Douglas. Wearing 37 is Justin Quinn. And now Alan Mooney. This is well work from London. They've had to be patient. Donegal flooding that middle area. McLaughlin got a hand in, but London still have possession. Now the long range shot coming in, and that hasn't gone to plan at all for Alan Mooney, way out to the left and wide.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of, we went down, we were on duty the day that Donegal won the All-Ireland, the Dr. McLoftus Trophy down in Roscommon back in 2019 against Dublin, a highly fancy Dublin team, and it looked like they didn't have enough going in at half time. They were only a couple of points up and they were going into a gale force wind, but their ability to keep ball and control it saw them through that day, and we've seen that again here today.
10 minutes to go. Donegal by 6, 10 points to 4. Yeah, great kick in that wind all the way out from Carl O'Brien, but London have won the loose ball, and it's picked up now by Mark Mulholland. Toe to hand a couple of times on the far side, then drives it across. This break towards Deely, still there for London, but Donegal, well, they've got lots of bodies back there, and this time they've managed to repel the danger and relieve the pressure. And away go Donegal now. McDade, ball down the far side as far as the wing back. He's been fouled by Gary Kane, who's okay, having picked up that knock earlier on in this second half. But Donegal's turn now to be measured in possession, to manage the match with the elements into their faces. Deely, I think, has been penalised here, and the referee wants to speak to him. He's had 1 or 2 fouls, hasn't he, Kieran Deely?
Yeah. Very impressed with him, and that was a smart foul, if there is such a thing, just to try get London set again. But London need to bring a huge energy. It's hard to see any way back for them at the minute.
Is that it's a yellow card? A second yellow, yeah.
Oh.
Kieran Deely, his afternoon is over. It's a second yellow for the London player, so they lose another body. They had a black card earlier on in the second half, and Kieran Deely is going to end this match in the stands with 8 minutes left to play. I don't think...
he doesn't want to go.
No, he's not happy with the referee.
I can understand it. You know, he's not a dirty player by any manner of means. Cynical enough maybe with that free. Perhaps it was a case that the ref didn't realise until he brandished the yellow and went to his book that he'd already had him in the book, and he has to go. So my heart goes out to him, because he's added a lot to this final from a London perspective. He's
had a really good game, Kieran Deely, but he won't have any more involvement, and that's just another blow to London's challenge here. They trail by 6 points, and now they've got a player less for the remainder of the match. And that'll allow Donegal just that little bit more space on the ball, you feel. London need to push right up here now to try and win it back. They've gone man-to-man all over. The cries of keep the ball from the Donegal management down along the sideline, and they've kept it very well here. They work it along the far terrace touchline. Clock winding down all the time. 7 minutes left to play of normal time. Running off the shoulder there, good angle run as well from Brendan Boyle. He's fouled.
Well, a difficult challenge for London has become nigh impossible with their top performer probably here today gone off. You can see Donegal now are just in control mode.
Yeah, they're really keeping the ball well. You just wonder, will London, as you say, Con, maybe go route one for the last few minutes, but they need the football, I guess, to to get it into that danger area with the big man on the edge of the square. Donegal keeping the ball very nicely here. Very good play. Kick back from Nigel McMonigal, who's had a great second half. A couple of points down the other end. Carl O'Brien, the goalkeeper, gets involved, and now it's with Conor McShane. Tackle from Donaghy is an illegal one. And now Donegal with a bit more attacking intent. Play it into that full forward line, picked up by Sean Maguire. London just need to try and get the football back, but Donegal looking so composed in possession. Long ball coming back, and London sensing that turnover might have been on. Joe McMahon was coming from the blind side. Now with Paul McCrudden. This is Joe O'Donnell. And now Damien Brown. Well, he's come into a little bit of bother, but Donegal, well, they've kept the ball here for 3 or 4 minutes since the red card.
London a little bit dead on their feet, you know, fitness probably telling, and in fairness to them, the journey over could feed into that a little bit as well, but Donegal are at their ease keeping possession now.
Hand pass inside, this one might work out. Ewan Keaveney, a couple of points for him already. This would be some score if they get it, and Donegal have got it. Well, you won't see a better score this weekend. They kept that ball for 3 or 4 minutes, and at the end of it all, Ewan Keaveney kicks his 3rd point of the game, and that pads the lead out again. 11 points to 4 now.
Oh, exemplary, as you mentioned, Cathal, the way they kept possession, worked it through, and again, that man McLaughlin, he mightn't have a score to his name, but he's provided quite a few assists. Very simple, fed a lovely hand pass into to Keaveney, and after missing his last effort, he made no mistake this time round.
London in possession. A couple of your comments coming in. Well done, Ewan Keaveney. That's from Orla Taylor. Timely one from you, Orla, after that score. Mrs. I. Kane, come on, Gary Kane and the Masters. London will need something big to happen here to work themselves back into the game. And hello to Michael Commons, who says, well done to cameraman and legend Brendan Nugent. I think, Brendan, you gave me the phone especially to read out that comment. So well done to Brendan as well, as London go on the attack here now. And, well, they need a goal, don't they? Or 2, as they try and find a way through this mass Donegal defence. 14 players in behind the ball. Kicked all the way across, one for Donaghy, but Donegal have won it back. Just not happening for London. They seem to have run out of ideas. And Donegal gifting possession straight back, though, to London here.
And that's the first time they've done that in this half. They've been so good in possession, Donegal. That's the only blip in the blot on the copybook for the second half.
Alan Mooney shifts it to Damien Hart. Thomas Gallagher. Time running out now. Just 3 minutes left to play of normal time. We might have 1 or 2 beyond the 30 as well. London here approaching that 21-metre line. Might they be minded just to try and settle for the point? Hodnett mentioned he has a good left boot earlier on, and there's evidence of it. Morris Hodnett with a nice score. So it is a point in the right direction for London, but they'll need a few more of those and a goal or 2 alongside it to get back here. 11 points to 5.
Yeah, lovely score, and you wonder, was he hoisting it up for the edge of the square, and the wind probably brought it in that little bit, but they're going to have to try something like that. I know it's not tactical genius stuff, but I'd be putting the big men in and launch a couple in. It looks like the only way they're going to break down that Donegal defence.
Donegal just have looked so composed in possession. They've made very few mistakes when on the ball, and that's been a large part of their second half surge here. Led by 5 at half-time, 7 points to 2, and even though they're playing into the breeze, they've extended that lead to 6 as things stand. Afternoon's brightening up here a little bit after the rain earlier on at lunchtime, and the scene set for the Tier 1 final between Tyrone and Roscommon. They're carrying out their warm-ups on the back pitch here, and we'll bring you that from 3:15. Donegal in the attack with Aaron Thompson. All the way across to Conor McShane from 4 Masters. A few subs ready down on the sideline to come in, but we're into the final 2 minutes of normal time now, and Donegal poised to add more silverware and put their name on the roll of honour again in Masters football. This is the plate final. Paul McCrudden from Glenfin met by the challenge of the London player Niall Quinn. Damien Brown. Foul on Donegal's Aaron Thompson there came from the London substitute Damien Hart. And Donegal just winding down the clock now into the final minute of the 30 at the end of this second half. Whole host of subs ready to come in down on the sideline, just underneath your picture there. I count 6 Donegal players ready to come in.
Yeah, and the numbers are a bit all over the place because we're number 5 there on the programme. We have a Nicky McGarrigle, but I know that's Michael Canning. He's quite the character, a great man to meet after a game in a pub. He's good for a story, good for a yarn, good for a song, good for general messing. So it's good to see him getting a run out, and Paul Gallagher there as well. We're in 25, and on the Gaelic Masters executive has done huge work on Donegal. Good to see him to get time out on Breffni.
Yeah, he's just waiting to come in there, but has to wait until there's a break in play. Now he's making his way in as Donegal go on another attack here. Might they add another score before full time? Carrying it forward with a bit of purpose is Brendan Boyle. Ships a hit, and it'll be a free in now for Donegal. So we're getting to that stage, Con, where we get to talk about man of the match. There's been a number of big performers, hasn't there, on the Donegal team particularly?
Oh, absolutely. I suppose from the London side, first of all, you'd have to make mention to the man that unfortunately is finishing it on the sideline, Kieran Deely. Brendan Freely, you mentioned, had a powerful first half, maybe ran out of a bit of gas in the second half. Donegal, loads of really good performers. Sean McDade at the end of the first half when they needed something, he was everywhere. Ewan Keaveney at centre forward. We've mentioned Brian McLaughlin. Good, another score added on there.
Damien Brown, yeah.
Damien Brown, and that's, you know, he was good off the freeze and a good score for him there as well. But I think when you're looking at a man of the match, a guy that had put in great effort, he's just after coming off there at right half forward. Nigel McMonigal had a massive game. The Moville man had a massive game for Donegal the whole way through, full of running, full of threat, and a couple of good scores to his name as well.
So well done to Nigel McMonigal, man of the match as selected by Con O'Mara in this plate final. Donegal popped over that free, as I say, from Damien Brown, his third of the afternoon, and it's now 12 points to 5 in favour of Donegal. London looking to finish the game with a first. They've battled really hard. Here's Hodnett, who kicked a nice score a few minutes ago, plays that one forward. Liam Brown getting involved, but London have coughed up possession, and now Donegal do just the same, and London win it back again. 90 seconds beyond the 30 here. Packy Smith, our match referee, adding a few on. Paul Gallagher gets a touch. Paul was on commentary duty with us on our streaming in the last couple of years as well.
Yeah, the man they call Flash, it was to do with his speed. I hope so. I hope it wasn't any public order offences, but maybe that speed is gone a bit, but he still has that crafty head on him. Really good player, Paul.
Now, the linesman and the referee here are going to have a bit of a conversation. Not sure what it's in relation to. Were there too many players on the pitch, maybe? I'm not quite sure what the reason for that little stoppage is. A few of the players now just getting to know each other a little better before the finish. Frustration probably on the part of London.
When you see the numbers that are coming on there, we've a 36 and a 38. You know, they're really big panels. It's a testament to both counties that they have that interest in Masters football, that they have those number of guys and can facilitate them with training and everything else the whole way through the year.
And great for London, isn't it, Con? I know they've been a really big addition to Masters football over the last few years. They put in a big effort, and you say travelling over with a really large squad today.
Oh, brilliant. And like, you know, they got the reward with the Masters Cup with the Beat Leeds from Longford. We were on duty for that down in Killooney in 22. It was a massive day for them. Disappointing for them here today. But like what they've brought to the whole Masters experience, like it's a highlight of any county that gets to go over to London, and the hospitality over there is magic. Disappointing for them here. It started so well and it, you know, just didn't pan out the way they would have liked, but hats off to Donegal. Like, they are real experienced Masters campaigners at this stage, and look at the record. When they get to finals, more often than not they come away with the trophies.
12 points to 5, the full-time score. Packy Smith, our match referee, sounding the full-time whistle, and Donegal, I think it's fair to say, deserved winners in the end, led by 7 points to 2 at half-time. And even though they were into the breeze in the second half, they padded that lead out nicely, showed all their experience, and Donegal collect the silverware in this Masters plate final for 2024. So congratulations to them. Commiserations to London, who started the game really well. They led by 2 points to no score after 20 minutes. It took Donegal a while to get going here in Cavan, but in the end they stormed home to victory, and they will bring with them the plate for 2024. And no real complaints, I guess, from a London point of view in terms of that result, Con.
No, absolutely not. As we mentioned, they started really well, played all the football for the first 20 minutes, but once Donegal got going with that first score, ignited them, they never looked back and played some really good football, controlled football, smart football. Finishing, I suppose, they would look back and say they'd like to have another couple of scores on. But that win, as we said, it's easy for us up here in the press box to be on about, potential scores. On the pitch, it's a different scenario. But, really good result for Donegal. New management in, that's a great fill-up for them.
So now I think we can bring you some post-match reaction. I think Angelina has got our man of the match down there on the sideline. Donegal's Nigel McMonigal ready to speak to Angelina.
Yes, I'm joined by Nigel. He had some help there a minute ago with a couple of young people. But Nigel, you're our man of the match on the live stream today. Well done. But a huge day for Donegal as well.
Look, there's... I'm surprised I got man of the match now. There's some great players out there today. We've been working hard. I think we made up back in late February, and the boys have been turning up every week. We've had decent numbers every week. We've 20, 25, 30 minutes in. So it's just rewarding at the end of the year that you get something out of it.
I mean, Eddie mentioned to us beforehand the amount of work, you've alluded to that you've put in. It really mattered to you as a squad, and you could see that.
Look, this is my first year in it, and the boys says at the start of the year, if we want to give it a go, we need everybody turning up every week. It's difficult because there's still boys playing club football at different levels, whether it be reserve or first team or whatever, so it can be difficult. But the boys, in fairness now, everybody rolled in all year and put in the work, and it's just good at the end of it then that we have something for it.
A difficult start, over 22 minutes before you scored, but once you seemed to throw the shackles off, it became that bit easier.
I think, especially with that one, I think times that you get carried away and you nearly feel that you have to force it and you have to take shots that you normally wouldn't take. And I think we were getting in good positions in the first half. We were maybe rushing the shot a bit too much. And as you say, after 22 minutes, I think they had 3 or 4 chances. They could have been 5 or 6 points up at that stage. At that stage, I didn't foresee what was going to happen at the end of it. So it was a good finish. Anyway, I think probably the trend all year too, the fitness levels maybe shone through as well.
You'll enjoy tonight.
Definitely will, definitely will.
What are the plans?
I think, there's a bus coming back now to Donegal town, so I'd say I'd be at dinner and a few drinks or whatever.
Just a sensible night. You're masters after all.
Just a few,
Listen, Nigel, well done. Congratulations to Donegal and on your man of the match. Go and enjoy the presentation. That's Nigel Monaghan, our man of the match here in the live stream. Cathal, I'll go back to you for the moment.
Angelina, thank you very much. Great to hear from Nigel there. And he spoke on about the fitness of the team. That looked pretty significant, didn't it, in that second half?
Oh, absolutely. Like, they were running from everywhere, and there was guys played the full 60 minutes. He came off with a couple to go just to give a man a run, really. Brian McLaughlin was out there for the whole lot. They did quite a cohort of their best players played the whole way through, and there was no sign of them dropping off in intensity, whereas for London, they started really well, but they couldn't maintain that the whole way through. And again, you have to allow for the travel can have an impact on that, as well. It's a bit of a disruption, but Donegal, well worth their victory.
Will Donegal feel that they can... We'll bring you the presentation, by the way, on the stream here in just a second, but will Donegal feel like moving forward now in the next few years that they can maybe push on to the higher levels like they have done before in this competition?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see now, though, it'll be interesting to see how Roscommon get on against this Tyrone juggernaut, because they have been the standard for the last number of years, and they've the Dr. McLaughlin trophies to show for that, and there really is a step up. Like, that is the brilliant thing about Masters. There's 5 different finals now, so there's something for everyone to play at, but there is a gap at present between even level 2 and level 1, and we'll see if Roscommon, if there's even a gap within that. Tyrone are hot favourites to do what they do best today, so it is a step up to that, but definitely they have the platform, they have the men in the background, the likes of Paul Gallagher driving around there. They've a new management team in, and we heard there that from our man of the match, he's new in this year, so you need that fresh blood coming in all the time, the underage coming through, as we might say.
Yeah, and great scenes down on the pitch there here at Kingspan Breffni at the moment. Donegal, if you're just joining us, the play champions for 2024. They've beaten London by 12 points to 5. And I think, can we go down to Angelina on the sideline now? I think she's got some more reaction.
No, it was a strange game. Wind and I suppose the conditions had a big impact on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we chose to go against the wind in the first half, hoping we could build our way into the game. We started pretty well in most games all year, but and probably have felt a little bit disjointed in the second half of games. So the plan was to build in and go in 7-2 at half time. I wasn't too concerned. I thought that's a very strong breeze, and we looked dangerous for the first couple of minutes. First 10 minutes, I thought we looked dangerous, just a fingertip away from 1 or 2 goal chances. So going in at half time, I was pretty okay. I thought we could push on, but they just seemed to have our number today. Like, they held on to the ball really well, and they looked very dangerous off the shoulder running there. So we think we scored 2 or 3 points in the second half, where they scored 7 in the first. And ultimately, that was the difference, yeah.
It is difficult as well, isn't it? We spoke about it last year, I know, for yourselves, the cohesiveness of training. It's all a little bit harder, the travel for a game like this. It's all a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I would say we're probably similar to counties in terms of the distance getting to training, so that wouldn't be an excuse for us. Like, it's an hour, depending on where you're living in Mayo or Donegal or wherever. It's the coming over here that's hard, like, to be honest. So we were on the road at 4:30 this morning, and you can try all you want and stuff. You're just not right. Now, having said that, that's not an excuse. We were beaten today, but it just doesn't help. But it wouldn't have mattered if we were here last night, I think, today in the end.
Kenneth, I see the presentation is taking place. I don't want to be disrespectful to them either. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and we'll, I'm sure, see you in the latter stages next year.
Yeah, thanks very much for the coverage as well.
Okay, Kenneth O'Connor there, London side of things. I know the presentation is starting, so we'll go to that.
I'd like to call the captain of the Donegal Masters team, Conor McShane. I'd like to ask Conor to say a few words, please.
Thanks, Pat. I would like to firstly thank London. That's the fourth time we played them in a couple of years. We've got to know them very well. They're a great bunch of lads, on and off the field. We've had a great time over in London the 2 times we've been over. We're hoping we'll be over again next year, but after today, we might give it a year or 2 maybe, because we're getting to know each other too well. But I'd like to say 3 for London for a very important and intense game of football there. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. I'd like to thank our own bunch of players here. Great effort all year, and it's nice, I suppose, at the end of it to mark it off with winning here today. Other than that, we have Francie, John Joe and Eddie, who came on board the year. And, you know, it's a great change for us. They really lifted, they got the numbers out at training, and they're always wanting to have you out training. They would train you 2 or 3 times a week if they could. And some boys are playing club championship on a Saturday. They say, come on out on the Friday night, sure, you're only playing a game of football, like, you know. But no, fair play to the boys. They really put in great effort all year. And this year, today, for me and on behalf of the players, this is for Francie. You've had a difficult year, and we're all behind you all year. And just thanks very much, Francie, for everything. Suppose before I finish off, I want to thank all our sponsors that contributed throughout the year and in the last week in getting the boys a bit of gear for the final. We'd also like to thank the Gaelic Masters Association. It's a wonderful competition for all of us over 40 to be able to go out to meet others, to keep the social thing going, and to keep a wee bit fit. And it's absolutely fantastic. And we look forward to it. And I'm sure on behalf of all the boys here, we'll be looking forward to it again next year. So thanks to John Pat and all his committee and the Gaelic Masters Association for all the work they do. We're indebted to you. So thanks very much. That's it for me now. I'll hand you back to John Pat. Thank you.
Thanks very much to Donegal and London for serving up a very entertaining final, and safe home, London. Thank you very much.
So that's it for the Plate final, Donegal, the champions, they won by 12 points to 5. If you're just joining us on our coverage, and that's the scene here at Kingspan Breffni right now. Don't forget that we've got the Tier 1 final for the Dr. Mick Loftus Cup coming up at 3:15. That's between Roscommon and Tyrone. We're back on the live stream for that, but for now we'll say goodbye, and we'll be back with you very shortly for the Tier 1 final.
Where is Donegal?